Now, it's believed that over 95% of sexual offences committed on public transport in the West Midlands go unreported. The figure comes from West Midlands Police, who have begun a campaign called Project Empower to target offenders and help passengers understand when they've been the victim of a sexual assault. And Jana Gadgill reports.
It was during the daily commute that a woman we're calling Katie was sexually assaulted.
He kept stroking my leg, and like on the inside as well. And I kept trying to move my legs away, and then because obviously he was a lot bigger than I am, so he then pulled my legs back, and he kept trying to put his arm around me, and I kept kind of moving away. Then he was like, "Oh, give me a kiss." I was like, "No, no, thank you, no, thank you," and kept moving my head, and he kept doing it, and I kept moving my head.
But like most people in her situation, Katie didn't call the police. She didn't want to be a nuisance.
We know that these offences are occurring on a regular basis on the public transport network, and less than 5% we believe are actually reported to us.
Of the 129 people who did report a sexual assault on public transport to West Midlands Police, some offences are particularly common.
One of the main ones is where the suspect will get onto a bus where there are empty seats, but will choose to sit next to the lone female passenger. And they describe being almost pinned against the window and then having their legs stroked, not being able to move, and just being really generally uncomfortable.
So would female students go to the police if they were assaulted like this?
If you report to the police and nothing would be done.
Because it happens so often. Yeah.
I don't think people recognise that it's not right, so they'll just consider it, because it's happened so many times, they'll just brush it off.
The police have now begun Project Empower, with officers on buses, trains and trams telling people to dial 999.
We recognise that they're really underreported.
With cameras across the transport network, CCTV can be retrieved weeks after an incident. So when Katie finally went to the police, the suspect was identified, arrested and charged. And Jana Gadgill, BBC Midlands Today.